Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is over here, back again. Today, we're going to be setting up permissions, but I'm not gonna be setting up permissions. I want to add more of the essential plugins in this video. So, yeah, let's get started right away. So, when you think of permissions, you have multi plugins actually. You have Fix, which Fix was a really good plugin. I have a video on it on my channel, but it stopped getting updated and it changed to lock perms. So we're going to be using lock perms. You also have B permission and group manager as well, but lock perms is really easy, and you'll know why when you see this video because it literally has a very good editor which makes your life really easy. So you're just gonna download it straight away. Last update November 13th, so it's up to date. And I'm going to be adding a plugin called via version. So okay, I'll explain it real quick. It's essential plugin, doesn't need any configuration, just put it and it makes magic. Okay, so basically it allows your server to be compatible with more than one version. So you don't have to run your server on 1.16 only. You can make it on 1.15, 1.14, but you don't change it, it just stays up to date with itself. So basically download it from here. And finally, we're going to be installing a login plugin for protection at the moment, because if you have a server, there may be a player that comes in, and if he sees your name, he can log into your account. Since your account is cracked, maybe not premium, he can change his name to your name and login, and he's the admin, he can ruin your server. So I'm going to be adding it for protection. It's known as OSMI. So you just type in here OSMI plugin, and you'll see a lot of OSMI, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to be opening more than one tab so I can show you which one to install. I know which one, by the way. So I've opened this one called OSMI. I told you in the basics video, look at the last released file, which means last update file. So it was October 3, 2011. That's like 9 years ago. That's really old, so no way we're going to be using this one. And this is the OSME Reloaded beta. Last updated 2019. We don't want it. Okay, so now let's go to this one. It's also updated April 2019. So this is old. You should, yeah, it's considered old, but you should read through the page. You'll see over here, if you want to try and use features, blah blah blah, come here. Basically, you open this link, you go to this link, and yeah, it's up to date in here. So all you have to do is just download it, and you download the fourth one, by the way, so you don't make the error in installing another one. And yeah, that's the plugins we are going to be using. One that allows more than one version, a login plugin, and permissions. So let's move into in-game. Okay, so now we're in my server list. I'm going to be entering my server, check if OSME is working, and yep, it is working. I'm going to be typing here the password 2 times, and yeah, welcome to Vomero on your Minecraft server. Oh, that's an error. We already have an error with the plugin, but I'm going to be talking about it in a future video in this series, so don't worry, I got you and you're covered, basically. Okay, I'm not OP'd for some reason because I've just registered. Now I'm OP'd. Hello. Okay, so now, right now, uh, when I in the previous video I talked about essentials chat. So if you guys don't remember, I'm about to say. So in the previous video, we made it so that it shows the display name, which is my name, for example, colon, and the chat. And we didn't add a prefix option before my name, although we had the option to, but I didn't, and I'll tell you why right now. Lock perms, my bad. It has the option to add a prefix, so you don't have to add it in essentials chat, because if you do add it in essentials chat and you make a prefix in lock perms, it's going to display your prefix 2 times. It may be a little bit complicated, but you won't understand what I'm saying unless you do it, and I'll show you right now on the screen what I mean by that. So yeah, so we're going to be making some prefixes, so I'm the owner, you know. So I'll make a simple prefix, really, really simple. And 6, gold, and L, bold. That sounded good. And owner. Yeah, that's basically it. And we should, yeah, I should also say this. So let us just say this is like when I type this and I add a prefix, this is what's going to appear. For example, so it says owner, prefix, my name, and hello, but it looks gold, all of the message, right? So make sure after owner you add, for example, and 5. Okay? So yeah, that's look that looks much better. So we have two spaces here. You should remove like maybe one space. Yeah, that's literally perfect. So yeah, don't forget to add this, and don't forget to add the space in lock terms, because if you don't add the space after the prefix, it's going to look like that, and that looks horrible, right? So yeah, so now what you have to do is type in here /lp editor, and you open this thing, and I'll see you in the browser. Let's move to the browser. Okay, so now I open the window in Minecraft and you have groups, and in groups you have the default group, you know, and user Dovamiro, my group. We can leave the user. We're going to be focusing about groups, and I'll show you right now how it makes your life really easy. Okay, so we're going to set up some essentials commands. So I type in here user essentials permissions, and yeah, that's the link I'm looking find. Okay, so what do you... We had some problems in game, for example, you have to add a permission for a user to actually build or break a block. So this is a main permission. So essentials dot break. You click on the permission, it's copied. You add it to the permission. Click enter to add it, and we're going to be adding some more. So what do we have? For example, TPA. It allows the TPA command, and yeah, and if you don't know what does the permission do, I know like I've been doing this for 4 years. I know most of the permissions. You can read next to it. Allows access to slash TPA all TPA cancel and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be adding slash TPA all because you don't want a player to have that. Slash TPA cancel, you definitely want him to have it. Slash TPA accept, you add that. Oops, I didn't add it. Add that. And slash TPA here, yeah, it's debatable, but I'll add it, sure. And yeah, that's almost all of it for the TPA. So what else do we have? We have warp. Okay, so we can add warp in here, and warp list, sure. What else do we have? These are like some main permissions. For example, essentials.balance allows the player to use slash balance, and I'm not going to be adding every single one of it, but I'm going to be leaving for you guys a link in the description telling you some of the permissions. I think they are really great and they'll help you out. So yeah, that's basically it. And once you add it, I want to type in here, you just click on the add, but then you save it. And once it's saved, I'm not going to be going in game, but you basically copy this, go in game, and yeah, it's saved. I'm going to be doing it through the console. Paste it in here. Oh, that's console. You can't paste. No, I forgot about that. Okay, so it's pasted. Okay, so since this is console, you can't have a slash. You just remove the slash and you press enter. And yeah, as you can see, all of these changes happened. So it says in here, web editor data was applied to group default. Essentials.warplist true means it's added. Break allows the player to break. And yeah, let's see if they actually have a build. Oh, add essentials.build, guys. Don't forget to. I think essentials.break is actually a different command. So if you want to remove a specific command, you click on this and delete it. And yeah, you can now save it and now click on here. Okay, I forgot how to paste again. But yeah, That's basically it. So I'm going to be adding some of the permissions. I don't want to waste your time, guys. And yeah, check them in the description below. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, guys. So now I've added some permissions. I'll go through them really quickly. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but I basically added the permission to player to warp. For example, set home, see his balance, build, delete home, slash help OP or slash help op. And yeah, some of the essentials command and the ability to use a buy sign, an info sign, a warp sign, and let's add a sell sign. I almost forgot. Essentials dot signs dot use dot sell. Hopefully that's the permission. And yeah, I should also save. So right now I'm going to be talking about something I didn't talk about in the last video. So let's go to my server. Give me a second. Essentials config. Okay, so remember that's the essential file. Yeah. So we're going to be scrolling to something. I'll tell you which line exactly to be precise. Give me a second. Okay, so this is line 675 for me. So okay, so this is called set home multiple. So yeah, this is something you add in permissions. So the default has 3 set home, VIP has 5 set home, staff has 10 set home. Okay, so I don't want a default player to have 3 set homes, for example. I'll set it to 1. And let's just say I want the admin group, okay, to have 8 set homes, okay, and you remove the staff. I don't have a group named staff exactly, but I'll add an admin in a second with you guys. And yeah, so that's basically it. You just set in here, set home dash multiple. I'll show you why right now. So let's get back to into our thingy over here. So let me zoom in so you guys can see. Okay. Mm, this is this one exactly. Essentials.setHome.multiple.setName. So if you don't know what does it mean exactly by set name, it means this thing. By set name, it's either admin, VIP, or default. For us, it's going to be default. Copy this, paste it in here, remove the set name at default. Yeah, so now the player has one set home since he's the default. Okay, so we said admin, right? Admin over here. Let's make a new group, and I'll show you right now how to make a new group. This is why this plugin is so good. So what's the group name? Admin. The display name doesn't matter. Admin. The parent. Let's make it default. So what's a parent exactly? Basically, any player who's an admin or in a group or in the group admin has all of the permissions that the default players have. So you don't have to add the permissions again and again and again. It's like inheritance, you know? They have these permissions, you add the parent of the admin group is default. Now admin have all of these permissions. Okay, so you set a weight, and the weight matters, like it actually matters a lot. If you have more than one rank, you know you want admin to be like on a high weight, like 30, for example. And if you have a moderator, you can make it 29. If you have a helper, you can make it 28. So you can use a command known as slash promote. It's in my Lockworms video, you can check it out if you want to. And we talked about a prefix like a minutes ago. So I'll make it red, I'll make it bold, I'll type in here admin, and I told you don't forget the space because you want space between the prefix and the player name. And the spider is behind me in game. And you add the white. Okay, so let's add the group. And yeah, now that we added this group, I'm doing this to explain the set home concept. I'm going to be pasting it, and instead of typing default this time, I'm going to be typing in here admin. And when I type in here admin and add it, just like in here, take care it's capital letter sensitive. So yeah, that really matters a lot. So take care of capital letters. And yeah, now he has 8 set homes. You just do this, copy this, paste it in game. So now we're going in game. We're going to be trying out our permissions. So I'll see you in game. Okay, so now we're in game. It's raining. Make it sun. Easy commands, easy abuse. Okay, so let me paste it from the Lockperms editor. It shows you. Give it a second. Here we go. So it shows you web editor data was applied to group admin. So now we have this group known as admin. And yeah, are the permissions we talked about, and we're going to be testing it out in a second, right now. But I want to talk about prefix right now. Hello. Okay, so this is the commands that you're gonna use to put a player in a specific group, and I talked about it in a previous video, and I don't love talking about, like, self-advertising, but yeah, so I'm not going to say in my previous video again, I'm sorry. So you type in here /lp user and the username, and you type in here the parent. Okay, so you either add, if you add it adds rank. So if you have a moderator and this moderator bought a rank, you don't set his rank to moderator, because if you set it to moderator, it's going to give him the moderator features only, and it's going to take away the VIP features. So you can use add, and I suggest using add. Yeah, it's better, I guess. Or you can use set. Feel free, man. Okay, so now that I'm in this group, let's type in here hello, and oh, we have a prefix and the player name and colon. You can change it, of course. I said that before. Okay, so now that we have this, now let's test our permissions. I'm going to be testing the set home, and in order to do that, I have to DOP myself. Okay, hello, dude. What's that? Lol. Okay, so I'm no longer an admin, so I'll try the set home first. Okay, set home one, invalid name one, two, three. Okay, this is gonna take a while actually. What the hell? Okay. Oh, and we have an error already. So it says you cannot set more than 3 homes. So what did I do exactly wrong? You go back and check what you did wrong. I actually intended to make an error. So you go back and check what's wrong, and yeah, and you come back, fix the error, paste it, and keep on going, because you're setting up your server. Error happens and you have to deal with it. Okay? So now let's try out our default stuff. /warp, no warp defined, /list. Did I add list? Nope, I forgot to add it. /balance should be working. Balance 1k. We set it before in the essentials plugin, like the sorting balance. TPA. Okay, TPA cancel, for example. And yeah, message, I added message. So these are some stuff we added. It looks like everything is working perfectly. And for you guys to be like 100% sure that the permissions are well and working good enough, you need some players actually. Okay, so when the player comes in the server, you get some feedback, you know what to do and what to fix and what not to. And yeah, so now we have our Bio version setup, the login plugin. I didn't set it really up yet, but it should be easy and simple. And we have the essentials permission, and the default group is ready. Maybe in the next video I'll be adding staff, I'm not sure yet. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.